Hello darlings, welcome to Tammy and Tiaras. Let's talk about food prepping. I've got my coffee made earlier and how it helps our mental health, because truly it does. It really, really does. Me anyway. And if it helps me, I'm sure it will help you. I just find the days fall away, don't they? And if I don't have my lunchtime, my tea time organised by breakfast time, I am discombobulated for the day. I'll usually have meat out thawing or something on the fridge about what I had planned for tea, something in my mind, menus, whatever. I love to food prep, and I've been doing it now for years. Let me think, five years I've been food prepping, and it saves so much time and energy, because of a morning I have my most energy and it goes right down through the day. So by about 3 o'clock, I'm done. I can only really sit in the chair and do some handwork, which you know I love to do. But meanwhile, I've had the meat out and I've thought of what I will do for tea, and I'm sharing with you a favourite recipe that I do at least 3 times a week is the steak in the slow cooker. It's so simple, so easy to do, and I explain you through the steps later on down the track in the video. And Bert helps me this time, which is super fun to have Bert there in the kitchen with me. I loved that. So you'll get to see that a bit further down. This particular meal is full of nutrients because we need the steak. It has lots of vitamins in it. And as we get older, as you know, it's not as easy for us to pull those vitamins out of things. So steak has got it nice and easy to get. That's why there's so many people doing the carnivore diet, because steak is so good for you. And it's not just the steak, it's the fat of the steak. That's where the nutrients are, believe it or not. So I've got the steak going. I always add vegetables because I couldn't live without vegetables. I'm a veggie girl, always have been. I always food prep my vegetables. I've been doing that, like I said, for years and years. It makes it such a difference. I have a big Tupperware container in the fridge that I usually food prep twice a week. So I'll do it of a Wednesday, and then I'll do it of perhaps a Saturday. I might have to do some more, and then I'll do it again the following Wednesday. So it's always fresh. And when I do get all of my vegetables together, I actually wrap them all up in the fridge in linen vintage tablecloth that I've had forever. It was Daddy's. And they keep so much fresher like that. I don't put them in bags and I don't put them in Glad wrap. I wrap them in that. Once they're washed and they're rinsed, they go in that, and I wrap them up till the following week. So it's all chopped and done, and makes so much easier to have it there. It's not only the main meal of the night that I food prep for. I always have either cooked chicken in the fridge for my lunch, and I have it with my vegetables that I've prepared with some flaxseed oil on it. I always have boiled eggs in the fridge. I always have yogurt in the fridge with chia seeds. I have homemade custard in the fridge. I have lots of food prepped. And I do want to make my own peanut butter or nut butter with flaxseed oil to have as a top up through the day. Because if we can keep our blood sugar levels better, it affects our mental health. And being sort of diabetic as I am, I haven't been clinically diabetic for over 5 years now, going on for 6. But still, I have the HbA1c every 12 months, and that keeps a check on it to make sure it's well down in the limits. And mine last time I think was 5.3. So I'm really good. But I know you just go to that sweet and sugary stuff and you'd be right back there. And I can't eat it anymore. It just is too sickening for me. I can't have the sugar. Food prepping eliminates that worry. Oh, what will we have for tea? What will we have for tea? When you do your shopping, it's not rocket science. If you've got a super busy week, have a look what they've got in the pre-made sections. There's so much now that you can just whiz up when you get home. It is just unreal, the variety. We never had that back in the 70s when Bert and I got married. We had to do it all from scratch. The best thing that came out was Canton, and you added that to chopped meat. And that was probably the first packaged food that we had. So don't Don't be a martyr and go home and think, I've got to do these 3-course meals every night. Just do what you need to do that you know your family will enjoy and that your husband enjoys and that you enjoy and that's nutritionally benefiting for your body. I have to say that doesn't mean frozen pizzas all the time. They are great once a week. You can have a pizza, but not every night for tea, and especially not for young children. They're growing. They need those vitamins. So think about it twice and think about what we used to do in the olden days, which was food prep with slow cookers. And the slow cookers these days, they're nothing like the old dinosaur I've got. They are wonderful. And the modern mums, they can get those slow cookers, work out what to do. I know that I've put party pies in the slow cooker and put them on a couple of hours earlier for when the kids come home from school, or when I've had people coming around, I've put them in the slow cooker. They turn out beautifully from frozen. You've just got to allow some time, and then you don't have to be panicking when people get here that you've got to put them in the oven and make sure they're done. Are they done in time? Have the little roofs popped off a little bit? Because in the slow cooker, you can put them back down to warm and they stay that way. Really, really helps to be prepared with your food. Know what you like to eat. Know what are your favorite recipes. And think of the nutritional value in them, because we are what we eat. It makes up every cell in our body. So it makes sense to put good stuff in there, doesn't it? Having good food, like a good lunch and a good tea, makes our brains have nutritionally beneficial food that really sparks up those little neurons in the brains that we need as we get older. And I know with Bert and I that I definitely watch what we have to keep the brain cells going. I look for what's in the vegetables, I look for what's in the meat, so that we're getting the best out of it that we possibly can, because as we age, we need it. We need it so much more than when we were young. It's wonderful to take away those decisions that you have to do, overnight. You would think, oh my goodness, what am I going to do for tea? Oh my goodness, what do we do? Well, back in the 90s, oh goodness, we were in a stir fry craze. So have you ever stir fried? That's another wonderful thing, because you can pop that all together in the fridge and you've got your wok, and then you pop it on and off it goes, and it is wonderful. And I used that for years and years and years when we outgrew the slow cooker as the children got older and started bringing partners, and well, Richard brought Michelle home and things. I did stir fries, and they will remember back more to stir fries than casseroles, I think, because that was what I got, because they loved them. And chicken schnitzels, all these foods you can prepare earlier in the day. Do it in the morning. Do it the night before, but make sure you've done it before your day gets away from you, because once your day gets away from you, it's too hard to come back and think, what are we going to have for tea? And that's when you think, oh, I'll zip out and I'll buy something, and it'll cost you $50, $60 easily. So that's a good thing. Think about it much earlier. Through the day, we make so many decisions, I think it's a good idea if, at least with our food, we know what we're having earlier in the day. Then we don't have to worry about it later in the day. Have snacks in there that you can just go to and, oh yeah, that's a good snack. A boiled egg is a great snack. A tin of tuna is a great snack. Salmon's a great snack. There is so much there. Fruit, so much there that you can just get that's a much healthier choice for you. Don't have in the pantry all the time all the chocolate biscuits and all the chocolate and all the things that you can't really eat for nutritional benefits. Do you know what I mean? They're treat food. They're for when the birthdays come, for the Christmases come, for when you see the kids once a week and they come around and you've got those yummy things, but not for everyday food. The only chocolate I have is 90%, 85 to 90% dark chocolate. And that to me now is beautiful. I love it, and it gives me such a ping. So that's what I wanted to talk about this week, darlings. How are you all doing? Sorry for neglecting you. Please leave me a comment. You know I love to talk to you all. It really makes a difference to my week here in beautiful Ballarat. I love it that I've had Julie Hoot commenting on my videos since number 42. I feel so blessed to have her. I have Lorraine in Melbourne. I have Doris. I have Jojo and Peter. I have Helen, Lindsay. I have beautiful people here on YouTube that really help me because they comment on my videos. So I hope you enjoy what we've done today with getting this video for you to see, and I'll show you what it's like when it's all cooked tonight. So I've got some gravy boat. Take two. So I've got some gravy beef here, and because it's a cheap cut of meat, it's only $18.49 a kilo. I'm going to cook this up in the slow cooker because I love it to be really, really tender, don't I, Bert?
Yep.
I have to say, I've been cooking it in the slow cooker and it turns out tough and chewy, and I don't like it like that, even though it's been on for 6 hours. So I said to Bert, what can we do? And he said,
we need to cut across the grain because it's cut with the grain. So the grain's about only the full length. So we're going to cut across it. So it's only about, and it should be nice and tender.
So that's what we're doing. Bert's going to cut it across the grain so that I can cook it in the slow cooker, and I'm going to take you through the whole process of how I cook this meat, and it'll be beautiful for dinner. It's 20 to 12 here of a Sunday.
So we'll wait 6 hours for tea.
You do have to wait, and it will cook away beautifully. So that's what we're doing.
Right.
Cut. Right, so now I'll put the camera up onto you. I'll go downwards so we can see what you're doing. Okay. And just open it up and I'll edit onto it. They can't see your face.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go up. Just explain you've sharpened the knife.
Nice and sharp.
No, do that again. Cut. Do that again.
Knife's nice and sharp, so look out, fingers. Glad Tam hasn't got it because we'll be at hospital in half an hour.
Right.
Yeah. Look at that. Don't you love meat? Because the grain is actually running across this way. So I'm going to slice it. Hopefully it won't cut my fingers off. Oh, don't you love a sharp knife?
You're going to cut it into chunks, aren't you, darling?
Yeah, but I go one way first.
Bert, it's fine. Take
And
time. Watch your pinkies.
yeah, that's all right. I just count and make sure there's none in there. Nice bite size. Melt in your mouth moments.
It should cook up really nice. I always put onions in, vegetables in, and that will turn into the gravy for it. Bert will either put some oven fries on, won't you, darling?
Oh, yeah.
And I usually have a baked potato, which I've done previously, and I just warm up. I'm all about food prepping. It's such a bonus to have it all there ready to go. Makes such a difference of an evening when my energy levels are very low. In the cooler weather too, it's just that lovely smell of the food, isn't it, darling?
Oh, yeah. The day. Especially when it's raining outside.
It's been raining this morning in Ballarat.
Yep.
Beautiful Ballarat. Lucy loves this too. She always gets some, of course. Yes, I do have a video on here where I chopped half my finger off cutting a capsicum after Bert sharpened the knives. So I don't cut anything like that anymore. I just always cut myself because our knives are razor sharp. Well, Bert's is. My coloured ones aren't quite as sharp. But his
Otherwise, we'll never get out of the hospital.
Right, that looks beautiful, darling. Well done. Thank you, sweet pea.
Cutting it into chunks across the grain. Notice I use the back of the knife so I don't roll the edge.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know that. So that's it there in the bowl. How much does that weigh, darling? How much worth is that in that piece of paper, does it say?
600 grams.
So that's plenty for Bert, Lucy and I.
What, I've got to share?
Yes, you do have to share.
Oh, I have to put extra chips on then.
Now, on to the next stage. While Bert's very busily stacking up the dishwasher for me with what he just used, I'll get this meat ready. So this is what I do. I will put in just just a little bit of my secret chia seeds and oats. Tip that in. Lightly shake that around and stir it around. Here you go, sweet pea. Just to make sure it's all coated, just to get that all on there, because that soaks up and becomes thick and becomes the gravy. You'll have to help me in a minute, Bert.
Can I lick the bowl when you're finished?
Yep. You're not licking the bowl when when I'm finished. You are naughty, man, naughty. Like that. Shake the pan around, sweet pea. Get that butter going around. And that's it. Down, down, down. Right. So I've got my kettle. I'm getting some water in there because I'm going to make the stock that'll go into the slow cooker. Meanwhile, Bert's going to flip these over. Aren't you, darling? All of them.
I'll try.
Because you just want to have them brown all the way around. It seals the flavour in. So that's what's happening here. And I'll get out my stock cubes. I shop at Aldi, so everything is Aldi products. I accidentally got the salt reduced, but that's okay. So I'll add 2 of these to my slow cooker. How's it going, darling?
Good. It'd be nice if I could roll the wrist, though.
Well, you're doing a good job. That's looking really good. Really, really good. You're not turning them, Bert. Don't poke them. Turn them.
I'm evening them out.
Pull that up to about a cup. What am I up to? I'll turn it around. Yeah, I've got about 250 mils in that. I'll give it a good whisk up, let it dissolve, and that will go into the slow cooker.
Chia seeds or something in it.
This is looking really close. Oh, I can just see Annabella looking at this and thinking, oh my goodness, Tammy's going to eat all that steak. Good on her. But that's looking really good. And I just let that water reduce right down till it's like dried, because then I add the stock to the whole pot and tip it in the slow cooker and wish it lasts. I'd probably put about, at least a cup of onions in for sure. I like to have lots of onions. They just add to the flavour for somehow. They just really do. Let's see how the meat's going. Oh, Bert's nailed it here. Look at this. This is perfect. This is looking wonderful. This is getting very close. I can just about turn the heat off. It's very close. I think I will turn the heat off. What have I got on there? There you go, sweetheart. Can you pop them in for me?
Yep.
I should have got Bert to put the onions in, shouldn't I? So I put these into 1 cup serves, these mixed vegetables, and add that to that. Honestly, it makes the most beautiful gravy when it's done. You've just got to add a little bit of flour, and you know that I use oats to do that, and it just turns out beautiful. Really does. I think it's time to add the meat.
Here we go. Oh, look at that.
So that stock will just bubble away with that, and all Bert has to do now,
sticking to the bottom.
all he has to do now is tip it into the slow cooker. Come on, sweet pea. You've got this, Bert. I'm so lucky to have a helper in the kitchen today. I never get a helper. This is always done by Tam. Oh, wait on. Yep, that's perfect. Good job, darling. Yay, done. Right, let's have a look. A little bit. Yeah, good job, darling. Good job. Oh, gosh. Look how good and Ramsay. Okay, pop the lid on. And then, Bert, can you just get a tea towel out of that bottom drawer? do it.
I know what this one's for.
I always cover it with a tea towel. It's something Bert's mum did, and it just keeps the heat in that little bit better. Now, that won't be ready till about 5 or 6 o'clock. So, darling, how do you feel about having that in the oven and it's smelling all nice all day?
Ooh, I'm going to be hungry all day.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I'm hungry now.
We can have some lunch in a minute because it is lunchtime.
Yeah, I suppose we could
I
too.
love to have tea on at lunchtime, don't I? That's what I usually do. I have tea planned.
Because by tea time, we can't be bothered. Too tired.
I'm too tired of a night.
Even putting a pizza in can be too tiring.
So are you going to pop off to the back room?
Yes, finish the butterflies off.
He'll do some work up there. That's what. So this is after 5.5 hours cooking time. It's just a thick, super thick casserole, isn't it? Just a thick casserole. Bert did put a little bit of gravy mix in there because that's how he likes it, and just adds a little bit more salt because I picked up the wrong packet, didn't I? So that's what's happened there. And just so you know, while it's been cooking, I put in 2 potatoes in foil, and they cooked at the same time. They were just plonked on top. And they cooked at the same time. So now I'm just going to dish it up and call Bert. I just got Lucy off the bed for you so you can see that she's doing really well as usual. Full of love, full of happiness, which is always our Lucy. What else I wanted to say is that I don't just prep for tea, I prep my breakfasts. That's why I do the vegetables usually of a Saturday as well, because I will food prep 4 to 5 days of breakfast, which are eggs and vegetables and a little bit of rolled oats and salt and pepper in them. Oh, Lucy, you're gorgeous. And I have them, so I just take them out and warm them up in the microwave. And it's ready. I don't have to do that first thing of the morning. I must admit, food prepping takes time. You've got to be dedicated. But it's so much better to do it. It just is. It's better to have it there and you don't have to run around doing it when you're not feeling that you're up to it. So that's this week's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you've been doing this week. Have you had to get out your tiara this week because your mental health's been in a bad place? Let me know, darlings. And from Lucy and I, we're going to say ta-da for now. And God bless from beautiful Ballarat, where it's pouring down rain. Glorious day, the sort of day that you dream of in the middle of summer. I'm going to put the telly on and I'm going to watch some of my favourite YouTubers and have a lovely relaxing afternoon. God bless always. Bye. How was that, Lucy? How was that, Lucy? How was that? Yeah, I just got you up off the floor. Snuggled and Mummy got you off. I know Mummy's mean. Oh, Mr. Lucy, you haven't given me a morning cuddle. No snuggles this morning. Nothing for Mummy. Nothing. I know. You love Mummy too. I know. All right. Knock the mic off, Lucy.